Hello, grade 7, 8. Today, actually, this is a video for the grade 7s, I should say. Today we're going to be talking about solving equations. This is a review. However, it's been a few months since we've done this, so I thought it would be good to take a look at this before the end of the school year. So let's take a look at the assignment on the blog, and then I will show you how to do some of the basic things. So when solving equations using algebra, remember it is all a balance. One of the main things that we need to remember is that there is a balance happening. And in a balance, if I put something on this side of a balance, it weighs the other side down. So I always have to do the same to both sides to make sure that they balance out. There's always an equal sign between both sides. So if I add something to this side, I have to add to the other side. Otherwise, it is no longer equal. For example, if I had 2 plus 2 equals 4, I now have equal on both sides. If I add something to this side, I now have more than 4, so I have to add to both sides. Let's take a look. My mother's age is 4 more than 2 times my brother's age. My mother is 46 years old. So my mother's age, she is 46. I know that she is 46. But it says it is 4 more than 2 times my brother's age. So 4 more than 2 times my brother's age. Well, how do I do 2 times my brother? Well, I'll probably go 2b then. 2b, 2 times my brother's age plus 4 more equals my mother's age. So how old is my brother? Well, I know that she's 2 times my brother's age plus 4 more equals what she is now, 46. Now we just gotta have to figure out what is b. Well, first let's get rid of this 4. If I'm going to get rid of it here, I have to get rid of it on the other side too, so that it's balanced. That cancels out. Plus 4 minus 4 cancels. I now have 2b equals 42. I still don't know what 2b is, but if 2 of something is 42, then that means half of 42 would equal b. Let's see, how do I get b on its own? Right now, b has a 2 times attached to it because the coefficient to the variable is 2. Well, the opposite of times 2 is divided by 2. There we go. And so I now have 42 divided by 2, 21. How old is my brother? He is 21. Let's see if we're right. If we're right, we can plug it in and it should work out. So 2b equals 4. Well, if b is 21, that means 2 times 21 plus 4 equals 46. 2 times 21 is 42 plus 4, 46, and I end up with 46 on each side. Now, does 46 equal 46? Yes, it does. So since it's the same on both sides, it is balanced. We have balanced the equation. So b must equal 21. Let's take a look at some more examples here. Now this one, it shows an example using algebra blocks. You know what, I'm going to tell you folks right now, I am not going to test you on algebra blocks too heavily, but let's see what we've got. When we looked at, okay, let's take a look at 3 more than 2 times a number is 27. So let's do what we did first. So let's see, 3 more than 2 times a number. So 2 times a number and 3 more equals 27. Okay, well, let's get rid of the 3. Now we have 2n equals 27 minus 3. 2 times n, the opposite is divided by 2. That cancels out. 2 times something and divided by 2 is cancels out. 24 divided by 2. There we go. We figured out it's 12. But now let's look at this as blocks. So if these are blocks, we would have 2 n's. We've got an n and an n plus 3 equals 27. Okay, well, let's just take that 3 away from each. And we end up with the n blocks and 24. Well, if 2 blocks equals 24, then 1 block must equal 12. We end up with the same number. Now let's take a look at how the textbook does it. They actually draw scales showing that this weighs the same amount as that. We know what 3 grams is. That's a constant. And 27 is a constant. But the variable, we don't know what those are. So we have to figure out what plus itself plus 3 equals 27. 12 plus 12 plus 3 equals 27. They did the same thing. They lifted 3 from here, lifted 3 from there. We ended up with 24. There were 2 left, so we figured out that must be 12 and 12. All right, that is basically the whole thing with this one. But we can do one more example before I move on to the next half of this assignment. Some of these are pretty straightforward. These first ones, we've covered those concepts. But a lot of students struggle with trying to turn words into equations. So let's take a look at a couple of these. 19 more than a number is 22. Well, a number can be this. We know there's a 19, and we know that it's all going to equal 42. 19 more must be addition. So a number plus 19 equals 42. So if you're not sure, just start writing single things down until you get it. Let's look at 2C, 15 more than 4 times a number. Well, I know there's going to be a 15, and it's more, so it's going to be a plus 15. I know that there's going to be 4 times a number, and I know that all of this is going to equal 63. So plus 15 plus 4n, so that would be 4n plus 15 equals 63. Now let's read it and see if it works. It says 15 more than 4 times a number equals 63. So if you're not sure, just start writing down what are the individual pieces, how can they work together into a math sentence. Now since we've already covered the algebra concepts in the last one, let's move on and we're going to, oh wait, we'll look at one more and then we'll go to the next lesson. Let's see. No, that should be good. If you have questions, you should come to study hall. That would be my advice on this. Okay, using different methods to solve equations. So let's just do a few examples quick. The first one. Leela, Mika, and Noel are playing darts. Each player throws 3 darts at the board. A player's score is the sum of the numbers in the areas the darts land. So for example, this person got an 8, a 2, and a 20, so that'd be 30. Okay? This picture shows a score of 8 plus 20 plus 2 equals 30 points. Write an equation for each problem. Solve the equations using a method of your choice. Leela's first 2 darts scored a total of 12 points. Well, you know what? I'm going to make D equal her darts. That means she shot 2 darts, and that equaled a total of 12 points. Then she scored 20 points in the round. Okay, so 2 darts. Oh, you know what? I'm making a mistake. Hold on. We've got 2 darts plus, I don't know, equals, was it 20? 20 points. Now we're not sure what the 2 darts were individually, but we know that 2 darts is equal to 12. Plus, I don't know, equals 20. So the first 2 darts are this. And the question is, how much did she score with her third dart? So you've probably already figured it out. X equals 8. So let's see, if the first 2 darts are 12 plus 8, does that equal 20? If yes, then you're good to go. Let's look at the next problem. All 3 of Mika's darts landed in the same area. Oh, that means they were the same score because they landed in the same spot on the board. She scored 63 points. In which area did her dart land? Now, since all her darts were the same, I could just say that there were 3 darts. We know that D is going to be the same because they all landed similar. And we know that those equal 63. So 3 darts all in the same area equals 63. Well, 3 times D, the opposite would be divided by 3. Times 3 and divided by 3 cancel out. All we have left is D. And 63 divided by 3 is 21. So that means each dart must have scored 21 points. Well, let's plug this in. Let's change the D for 21. Does 3 times 21 equal 63? Yes, it does. So she did score that. I found this one a bit difficult because I looked here and I couldn't see a 21. But when I looked here, very tiny, I could see right there, there is a 21. All right. Noel's first two darts landed in the same area. So those are identical darts. Her third, oh, Noelle, I guess. Her third dart was a bullseye scoring 50 points. So we had two that I don't know how much they were, plus 50 points for a total of 72. Well, let's get that D on its own. First, let's get rid of these. Those are the easy ones to get rid of. 2D equals 22. Well, that means 2 of something equals 22. So times 2, the opposite is divided 2. D equals 11. Now let's plug it in and see if it works. If D is 11, 2 times 11 is 22 plus 50. That does equal 72. So we must be right. Now,